Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about moms and crumbs. This has been a long time coming. I had my own personal experience with moms and crumbs. This was back in August of 2022. So I do have a YouTube video talking about this, but to make a long story short, basically this was back when I was on Whatnot. I used to do big Lululemon shows every Saturday night. And in my shows, I would do giveaways. I would have like mystery bags. I would have Lululemon shopping bags on my wall, like in my background. It was like kind of my thing. I was like literally the first person to do that. One night, Moms and Crumbs came into my show. I had seen a couple of her shows, so I knew who she was. And the show was a shit show because I had people that were in there running up the prices on things. It was just literally a shit show. So she came in and she was like kind of helping me out. I made her my mod because she like helped to like kick people out. In that show, she was like, hey, I like your idea of the bags on the walls. I'm going to steal that idea. I'm going to do that. I'm like, yeah, totally. Go ahead. Thinking that she would give me credit. Well, long story short, she didn't. She did a show my show was on Saturday. She did a show Monday because she used to do Lululemon shows on Mondays. She did a show Monday where she like copied the idea, which again, I was totally fine with. I thought that she would have the decency to give me credit. She didn't. There was just a whole fiasco where if somebody mentioned my name in the chat, if someone was like, hey, did you get that idea from Vada's Rad? Like if somebody mentioned my name, anyone that mentioned my name in her chat was blocked. She claimed that she didn't remember my name. She didn't know who I was when she was literally a mod for me the Saturday before, like friggin' 2 days before. And then, that Monday morning, she was also in my show. So she was in my show that Monday morning. She had a show Monday afternoon, and over the course of a couple hours, she forgot my name. I don't know, it was just very fishy. A lot of people thought that I was making a big deal about it. They thought that I got mad because she copied me. It wasn't that. It was the fact that she like didn't have the decency to give me credit, but also she claimed that she didn't know who I was. And it was just very, very fishy. So that was my experience with her. Again, this was in August, September of 2022, and I didn't talk about her. I have gotten sent so many messages over the years. It's because it's literally been years. You guys have been wanting me to talk about her, but I didn't really have too much on her, or I didn't have proof to talk about her, and I didn't even honestly want to talk about her. But I received some messages recently, and now it's time to talk about her. I might do a deep dive video. I think deep dive videos are going to be my thing now. I think I'm going to do like these smaller videos, but then like deep dive videos where I give you guys like lots of information because trust me, I got lots of information. Moms and Crumbs, she's pretty popular. I don't know the time frame when this happened, but at some point she decided to start an inner circle, and you had to pay to be in her inner circle. The prices were $1,000 for a year. Holy fuck, what? Or $797 for 3 months. Is this like, is this Beyonce? Are we talking to Beyonce here? Like what's going on? So basically if you were in her inner circle, she would raid you, which if you don't know what that is on Whatnot, basically it is when you have a show, you take everyone from your show and send them to somebody else's show. It gets a lot of people in that person's show, but it doesn't guarantee that they'll stay there. It doesn't guarantee that they'll buy stuff from you. It's just kind of like a nice thing to do, but there's no like guarantee of anything. She would also do these things called cat fights where she would co-host people and you would like take turns selling things, or no, you would each have an item and then people would bid on it and then they would choose which item that they wanted, and she called them cat fights. So she would do that with people in her inner circle. Her inner circle was promised 100% of her support, her secrets, including where she buys palettes from. We're going to talk about that in a second. And just her overall help with things like running a show on Whatnot, tips and tricks, etc. She would host these meetings once a week. I think they were on Zoom. I'm not 100% sure, but basically there were 17 people and it was for an hour. And I mean, as you can imagine, 17 people, they had a lot of questions, but I guess each meeting wasn't really productive because Moms and Crumbs would, open the meeting and she would boast about like her sales that week, how amazing her week went. And then if there was time, then she would get to questions. But again, 17 people, a lot of questions, and it was only for an hour. As part of this inner circle, you also got to text her. And sometimes it would take her a while to reply to texts, like sometimes days, which it's understandable, if you're busy, but don't promise something that you can't deliver. Don't tell someone that they're going to get 100% of your time and all of your effort if you can't fucking deliver that. Like that's simple. She would also do one-on-one calls, which some people missed out on because she couldn't fit them all into her schedule. Again, why are you promising shit that you can't deliver. Then she decided to do these raid trains where she would say that you are guaranteed to sell $1,000 in 30 minutes. She didn't choose everyone from her inner circle because she didn't want people to think that she was picking favorites, which I feel like anyone would understand that you're picking favorites because they're fucking paying you. So I feel like that would make sense. If someone got upset about that, then I'd be like, oh well, they're paying me, you know? She had her own show, like during the raid train, so that kind of distracted people from joining the raid train. Like, what are you doing? At the end of the 3 months, nobody got their money back. Again, $797 for 3 months. Like, what? And then moving forward, only about 10% of the people stayed for the entire year. And again, the entire year was $1,000. One thing that she promised her inner circle was she was going to tell them where she got her pallets from. There's a big controversy about those pallets. So she never ended up doing that. She gave out basically to her inner circle the same information that she would give out to everyone else free in her shows. So again, a fucking ripoff. She has this $47 download that's called Step-by-Step Guide Where to Buy Wholesale Pallets. It says this guide is tailored for people like you who are ready to kickstart their reselling journey and maximize their earnings by learning how to buy liquidation pallets. You'll learn when is it safe to buy wholesale pallets in your journey, how to find where to buy, that's all one sentence, how to find where to buy wholesale pallets, prepare yourself with the right information before you buy a pallet, keys to considerations when buying wholesale pallets online. Okay. What to consider before getting a pallet delivered, my trusted wholesale pallet list with recurring updates. Okay. Did she deliver that? Well, the consensus is abso-fucking-lutely not. She did not tell you where to get pallets from. She pretty much found a list on Google, I said that weird. She found a list on Google and then told you guys about that list, which is readily available to the public. But think about it, like, use your brain. She's not going to give up her source. Which, I mean, you can't fault her for that. Like, I'm not giving up my sources. It's a business move. It's nothing personal. I just don't want people to use my source. But to say that you're going to and then not do it is different. So let's read some screenshots from a Facebook group from people that actually bought this. I was contemplating buying it, but then I'm like, no, not happening. Again, it's $47. Again, so this is in a Facebook group. This person said, I purchased a list of pallet sources from Moms and Crumbs on Whatnot, hoping to find new and unique options. Unfortunately, the list turned out to be a complete waste of money, as all of the companies on it were well-known and easily accessible. I feel completely taken advantage of. When I asked where she gets certain brands, Tory Burch, Michael Kors, that I know didn't come from these places on her list, she went quiet and stopped responding to me. Save your money and avoid buying lists of sources like I did. I can't believe I trusted her. This person said, I thought about buying your list, but it seemed overpriced and she didn't really provide a solid idea of what you're getting for the $46 she's charging. Sorry, it was a dud. Oh, I guess it was $46 9 weeks ago. Now it's $47. This person said, I also have had a bad experience with her. I purchased from her show. I was charged way over on shipping. I'd said something in the show about it and was told to just contact Whatnot. They would make it right. I get that, but how about instead of doing random pulls and listing everything at 5 pounds, you actually weigh and list it correctly? She didn't want to hear that. Everyone was telling her shipping was too high and she just kept saying she couldn't do anything. I ended up getting 7 boxes with 1 to 4 items per box because she had bundled the boxes at 5 pounds when the weight was actually under 1 pound. So she was doing random pulls and everything was being shipped at a 5 pound rate, which if you're going to do random pulls, have different weights. This person said, why would anyone have to pay for a list? We are friends on here. That sounds like highway robbery. Some people blame, like, no victim blaming. Some people will blame the people that bought the list, but you can't really do that because they were scammed. They were taken advantage of. I feel like I would never buy a list from someone. I would never buy a course from someone because anything that you want to know about reselling, you can easily Google for free. No one's going to tell you their secrets. There's no big secret that nobody knows. Like, you can literally Google anything. So unless you're buying the course to just like purely support the person, it's literally going to be a waste of money. This person said, the list is all the pallet companies you all are already very familiar with, so don't waste your time or money. Sad this is how people look to make money, scamming you for a list. That's common knowledge. This person said, I almost purchased this as a one-off buy after joining her meeting. I vowed to myself not to buy into the monthly subscription for the elusive membership box, but saw the list was for sale and it intrigued me as she does really well. Sorry you didn't get the information you wanted. Can you dispute the charge? Also sucks that she is being non-responsive at this point. Yeah, so she scammed her and then she stopped replying to her. So Really? This person said, I bought it as well. Very disappointing. Same list I had been communicating with. I messaged her back with more questions and she responded back with the same list. That's super helpful. What? I do have a lot more information about Moms and Crumbs that I will save for another video. If any of you guys have anything that you want to add, you can feel free to message me on Instagram. I am keeping everyone anonymous unless you specify otherwise. I am doing a deep dive on Moms and Crumbs. I will have more information, so look for that soon. Check the description box for some links. I do have some petitions on there to try to get some other bad sellers banned from Whatnot. All that stuff will be in the description box. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you guys in my next video.